Ladies and gentlemen, the Marvels update has landed, and what I can report to you from my first impressions are that half of the characters are great, half of the characters are very underwhelming, but it is the game modes, events, and rewards changes that are really going to catch your eye and get your attention. So let's dive right into that. As far as the characters go, I'll do individual reviews for all of them, but I'm quite pleasantly surprised by Captain Marvel. I think she's very strong. She's pretty cool. Animation-wise, she's got this nice idle animation with the glowing fists, and you've got that little gimmick where the fifth skill is sort of shared among all four characters, where you either have Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, or Spectrum popping out depending on who you're using. Nick Fury as well, really good support still. Obviously, now that he can go to tier 3, it's even better. I do like his animations, and I do think he's very proc-friendly, so if for whatever reason you want to use him as a standalone character, it's nice that they gave him a rework that allows that to happen. So I do appreciate that from the perspective of Nick Fury fans, and obviously his tier 3, so cool, calling in this giant laser from space. Absolutely love when they do out-of-world stuff like that. I also really like his tier 3 animation, his tier 3 advancement animation, I should say, where he puts down this Ultron clone, and then he, gets to work at the S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters. So that's really nice. I like the fact that they gave him a tier 3 advancement animation that does not just a copy-paste of his tier 3. However, on the flip side, not impressed with Monica Rambeau, not impressed with Spectrum. I'm guessing she's going to have PvP value because she has basically 0 PvE value, but it's going to be questionable since she doesn't have iframe ignore. So I'm not really sure. She has penetration, but she doesn't have iframe ignore. I'm not really sure what the devs were cooking with this one. It seems like they just wanted to release a bunch of mid characters. Speaking of mid, yeah, that's really the issue for Miss Marvel. The only upside here to this new uniform over the one from last year is that this one appears to be more proc-friendly, and it also appeared if you had trouble procking on the last one. And it also has Goose. Everybody loves Goose. Yes, hilarious cat, giant tentacles, really, really meme-worthy stuff. But you can just do a 3 delay, 5 delay, 4. Very easy to proc. You basically can't miss a proc. However, with the current landscape of speed types, specifically speed female heroes, there's essentially no reason to have a rage on Miss Marvel anymore. So I'm going to be taking mine off. I'm probably going to be giving her an energy or a mighty destruction because she's proc friendly, but genuinely there's no reason. Even if you missed out on Luna, right, you have level 80 or tier 4 Gwen, Shadow Shell, and Gamora all at your fingertips. So there's really no reason whatsoever to build Miss Marvels for this other kind of content. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that they did this to her. They actually also got rid of her fracture. So Miss Marvel used to have fracture on her 5th skill. They actually got rid of it. So they actually made her actually worse. You can see there she had fracture. They actually made her worse for ABL than she was before. Whereas before you're like, oh, maybe, she's like a budget alternative to Luna and these sorts of characters. No, even then she's not anymore. So they really screwed up with this uniform. I think this is one of the worst uniforms of the year, unfortunately. And it's for a character that certainly doesn't deserve it. So that's sort of my lukewarm reception to the characters in this update. No new characters. And yeah, it's just a mixture of mid, it's meta, but it's mid, It's meta, but it's mid. I really think the devs could have done better. They did create 2 unique tier 3 animations with both Captain Marvel getting a new tier 3 animation and Nick Fury's. I'll give them credit there, but I feel like they really dropped the ball balancing-wise with Spectrum and Miss Marvel, so it's sort of a 50-50. It's sort of a 50-50. But yeah, that does the glowing eyes does look really badass. So that's about it for the characters, right? We'll get into the individual reviews in the future, but that's about it for the characters. What else does this update have to offer? Well, we have a new timeline survival. Make sure you jump in and do this before it expires. That's all well and good. But I think most people are going to be focusing on the new rewards for Alliance Battle Extreme and Alliance Battle Legend. However, I have to address before we talk about the rewards that some people can't see them at all. So if you are one of the people that can't see them, they've acknowledged this bug. It apparently is happening to people who played Alliance Battle before the update or just played it at all before the update. In general, I recommend not touching a game mode that's going to be fixed or improved in some way until after it's updated. But it happens. And essentially, you'll play the game mode, you'll play ABX, you'll play ABL if you have this bug, and you will not get the new rewards. There is no way to fix this bug. The bug will be resolved at the daily reset for everyone, presumably, and they will announce rewards related to this issue later. So it's sort of just like an inconvenience thing, but don't wait for a patch to fix this before you go and play ABX and ABL. Just go and play and get whatever rewards do drop, because, you know, they're not going to be fixing this one. However, the rewards are very good. The rewards are very good. You get 2 chests of the collection tokens in extreme mode, and they're fairly easy to get at 6 million and 10 million. Sorry, at 7 million and then again at 13 million for extreme mode. And then for legend mode, you have a small one at 6, and then you have a medium one at 10. You also have these chests in extreme and legendary, which have tier 3 and tier 4 materials. I wasn't able to get the tier 3 chest to drop, but I have this screenshot of someone who opened up the tier 4 chest and got 50 carbonadium. Now, I don't want to make too big of a fuss out of this, but because I haven't seen more people opening this chest, so I don't have more examples to compare it to. But if this is the norm from the chest, it's very, very good. It's very, very good, and it gives players a solid reason to build metas and to follow the meta for Alliance Battle Legend. So that is interesting that they would put so much there in the chest. Now you can see here he opened the small and the medium chest for these tokens, and he got 2 and 4. I think the range of tokens is 2 to 3 in the small chest and 3 to 4 for the medium chest. So don't feel bad if you miss out on the medium chest because of your scores. There's not much difference between that and the small one. That being said, if you can farm all 4 chests every single day, you can probably get on average close to 10 tokens per day for free. That's pretty nice because it adds up over time. You're talking 300 tokens per month. Now, obviously, this is not nearly as easy as it is to just get a job and just buy this chest over here, because with just $70, you can buy 300 tokens. So yes, I do realize that it's a lot of effort. It's a month's worth of effort for something you can just buy. But that's been the trend lately for Marvel Future Fight, right? Why grind World Boss and GBR for a month when you can just buy the rewards yourself? Who knows? That's a question you're going to have to answer for yourselves, but I am glad to see them putting these rewards in other game modes. I don't necessarily know if it's enough because of how punishing the team collection is as far as the success rate being so low. You can see I'm already at 60% success rate. I don't know how fun it's going to be to farm up these tokens for, 2 weeks and then have a chance and then press it and then you fail. And then you're right back to square one, I think what they should also do, if I had to suggest something, is that for every time you fail, it increases the upgrade success rate, the upgrade success chance. So let's say you fail at 60, it goes back up to 65. And then you fail again at 65, it goes back up to 70. And you fail again at 70, it goes back up. It keeps climbing up to 75, 80, 85. And that way, you do still feel like you're making progress towards eventually guaranteeing it, even if you were to be so obscenely unlucky as to fail that many times in a row at that percentage. Especially when it gets to the end, because the thing is, the upgrade success rate gets lower, and it goes all the way down to 5%, and the token cost goes higher. So eventually, when you get to the end of these upgrades, and mind you, the best upgrade is at the end, where it jumps from 5% pierce to 10. Okay, so let me just remind you, the final upgrade jumps 8% attack, which is about 25% or 20% attack, and then it's also it doubles the pierce, right? So this last upgrade has a 5% success chance and a 95% failure chance, and that's going to cost you like 50 tokens. So imagine farming up for potentially a month or more just to fail and just to start all over again back at 0. Keep in mind as well that we have 3 different types of tokens. We right now have the Sinister Six, we have the Midnight Suns, and we have the X-Force. In this screenshot, he got X-Force for both, but there's no guarantee. And as they add more of these token collections, the odds of you getting the ones that you need will dwindle. So I don't see this as a permanent reward and sort of a permanent solution to this. I think it's good that they added this so soon. I think this honestly should have been added as soon as they added the team up collection. Like, I don't know why they waited. I mean, obviously it's money, but I do think we're going to need other ways to get these, or sort of target farm these tokens in the future, in the next year or two, in order to justify how brutal they are, if they don't go ahead and add that pity timer like I talked about. If they add that pity timer that, you know, increases your success rate by 5% chance every time you fail, then I think these rewards are, you know, fine as is. But yeah, that's sort of my rant on that, my tangent. I do think it's really good, and I am excited for it. And I think it's, you know, good to focus on a game mode that's polished like AB Alliance Battle Legend and Extreme. But at the same time, I do see the flaws in the system, especially long term. Last but not least, I do want to mention that the event quest is live now ahead of schedule. It's usually here a week later or 2 weeks later for the full update token. So these are the tokens that are branded. These are Miss Marvel tokens in this case. And these are the ones that you can exchange for an artifact. These are the ones that you can exchange for a CTP. These are the ones you can exchange for a Mega Tier 2 ticket or a premium card. So do not miss farming these, especially because the first day is shortened because of the maintenance. Do not miss these tokens. You can only really miss 50 tokens if you want to get the maximum reward. So yeah, be aware of that. Last but not least, we have Datamine. Yes, believe it or not, there is a Datamine for the next update, for the sort of mid-month update that's going to land around the time of Black Friday. And the prevailing idea is that it's going to be Loki Tier 4. So Loki, presumably Season 2 of Loki's show, self-titled, with a Tier 4 for the mischievous god of mischief, the god of mischief himself. So yeah, if you like Loki, which I know most of you do, maybe pause that Tier 4 Captain Marvel and build up more resources and wait and see if there's more information about a Datamine coming through. But yeah, that's about all I have to report for you as far as my first impressions go. I'll have tons more videos coming on the channel for all this content in the new update, so keep it locked here. Thank you so much for watching. Smash the like button, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.